Yo, welcome back to another podcast episode of Stars Talking Cowboys. Starring Sean Fox, K Boogie, and Cowboys Nikki is in the building.
You gonna dig this. Let's go.
What's good? What's good? What's good?
What's going on, man? What's popping? What's crack-a-lacking, man?
Hey, ready to talk some Cowboys football.
Yes, sir.
Granted that it was a late game. It was a win. We can even call it an ugly win.
Hey, ugly's good sometimes.
Yeah. But before we get started, I want to make sure that we give a silent prayer to our boy Jeff that's down in Tampa. He's in the line of the new hurricane that's coming through there. So we want to make sure that he makes it, that he's safe. Him and his family are safe, and they make it through it without any kind of damages or injuries, things like that. We want him to make sure that he's real safe. So, Jeff, hope things work out for you. Nikki, I'm gonna send it to you again. I'll make sure you get it. So Nikki will be on here in just a few moments. All right, check your email, Nikki. All right, first and foremost, hey, what's up, Dre? What's up? What's up, Kelly?
Oh, man, I know Kelly taking some heat in D.C., boy. Ooh-wee. I know Kelly taking some heat in D.C. Better give it back to him, Kelly, because I know they talking, because my family in D.C., they talking reckless, too. Ooh-wee. Give him hell, Kelly. Give him hell.
Yeah, my brother is a Cowboys fan. I mean, is a Steelers fan, so it is what it is. I talk mad crap.
It's going down in D.C. because, those Commodores, they leading the division and everybody talking about, they're going to take the division. And I'm like, come on, man. This quarter of the season just finished. Nobody knows anything. Come on, relax. It's crazy.
I'm not worried about right now. We're in the first quarter of the league, of the schedule. So anything can happen between now and these next 4 or 5 games is what's going to separate teams from the cream is going to start rising.
You better.
That's my work BFF right there. She said,
right.
"Oh, I've been a DC fan forever. They will crumble."
From your mouth to God's ears. What up, Nick? What's good? Smile, Nick. You on Candy Camera?
Well, I'm trying to understand why I just pop up on thing and see the notification. Ain't nobody told me out nothing.
Nikki, your name.
I'm coming in here like a hurricane. So yeah, now what?
Your name is the first thing that I add to the email every week.
Shit. You got carte blanche. What you talking about, Nick? You on the premium list. What's up? Oh Lord.
Yeah, I'm coming in like a hurricane right now.
Hurricane.
Miami Hurricanes. We good.
A live one. Now this Hurricane Nikki right here, baby. This one don't ever go away.
Oh
Lord. We said it at the same time. All right.
Anyway,
So with that,
happy Tuesday, everybody.
It's for most Cowboy fans, it's a happy Tuesday. Some of them sourpuss Cowboy fans, they still want to be negative.
Yep.
Yep. It's a lot of those. A lot of those. They probably gonna be on the show tonight. Some of them might come on the show.
Yeah.
Talk about.
They still want to talk about Dak and the interceptions and the fumble and the or whatever. I was just
60
like,
million. Don't forget 60
yeah.
million.
That's
60
all. That's
million.
all you hear. He making 60 million. I'm like, okay, y'all keep hollering about how much Dak making. What about these other quarterbacks that's making just as much, or making, I'm saying making just as much as not even Trevor Lawrence. He got paid before that. They only got one win. I
I don't
mean,
know. Blame that on Dan Orlovsky, though. Dan
Um,
Orlovsky is the ringleader. He's the
all right.
ringleader.
So go ahead and add Burrow to that. Go
okay,
ahead and add.
just add
Go ahead
Burrow.
and add. Let's go ahead and add
Herbert,
Justin Herbert to that.
right?
No, Herbert doesn't deserve that money at all.
He should have
Burrows,
never
I can
got that
see.
money.
Burrows, I can see because they've been to the Super Bowl, so I get it. And he has a great offense, and they need him to lead. But man, Herbert? Oh no way! There's no way he deserves that money. I'm sorry. There's no way.
That's
Right.
a great comment right there.
Yeah, he did. Like, Dak showed Cam Newton how to dive after a fumble. Exactly, because if Dak don't go and get that fumble, we lose the game right there.
Yeah, no.
If Dak don't dive and if his awareness wasn't there for that fumble, we lose the game right there. I don't know why Rico Dowdle tried to jump over like that. He don't never ever need to do that again.
Exactly. He should have just followed 40 ounce. He had a touchdown.
Right. That's it. That's all he had to do. But he don't know. He don't never need to do that again. But if Dak don't jump and save that, we don't even have a chance to win. The game over.
Well, my thing is, and we'll get into the game in just a second, is what kills me is that I'm listening to all the commentators except for Dan Orlovsky. And everybody was raving about how, the performance of Dak. Yes, he had 2 interceptions.
First half.
He had 2 interceptions, but how many times did he throw the ball?
Yep. Yeah, 300 and something yards, but
352 yards he had.
Yeah,
we needed him to throw the ball like that, though.
But we needed him to throw the ball like that because we couldn't get the run. I mean, the running wasn't as bad. Like Rico did really good with running the ball. Like they did do really, but they did better with running the ball. Oh, but we still had to throw the ball because we was behind.
They did. He did better running the ball the last half of the fourth quarter.
Right.
The rest of the game, we didn't do anything.
Wait a minute. Right. Why is that, though? Was there a shift in the offensive line, maybe, that we probably got to talk about later? Was that the reason why?
Yeah. It was. Yes, it was a shift in the offensive line, and it kind of just looked like they looked better with Tyler not being out there. And I understand he's a rookie. He's going through rookie pains, but they got to figure this out with him and work with him on his hand placement and just getting bullied. I mean, I know he this is his first year in the NFL, transitioning from college. I feel like he's gonna get better, but he gotta have the right coaching. He just got to.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Moving the right tackle, because Steele right now, he's a reliability.
Oh my God.
He played right tackle in college, so I mean the transitions from left to right shouldn't be that bad, but I'm just saying Steele is a liability right now.
Oh my God. When I tell you Steele is oh my God. When I tell you Steele is horrible, he is horrible. Like, and I think what pisses me off with Steele the most is when he give up the pressures or he give up the sack and he just stand there. I think that's what pisses me off the most. Like he just stand there like, oh well. It's I don't know. But I know I ride Mike McCarthy. I know I ride him a lot, but I have to give him credit for the adjustments that he did make.
Yeah. I got to give him credit for probably his play calling in the last, I'm gonna try to be specific when I say this. I'm gonna give him credit in the last 8 minutes of the game.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. Can Dak call his own plays? Can Dak really
He
say,
was at one time.
Because to me, the play calling looked different too. I'm like, wait a minute, this don't look like Mike McCarthy. Hold on. So that's why I was wondering. I made a note. I said, wait a minute, is Dak calling his own plays right now?
I think McCarthy is giving him the option to, the check with me calls. I think he's doing some of that. I just felt like the play, and I'm so right now. I'm getting tired of these jet sweeps. They worked the first game of the year. They haven't worked since. I need us to be a little bit more creative.
Or do a fake one, a fake jet pitch or something.
Anything. But before we get into the actual game, I'm gonna tell you what I was more impressed with than anything. Our no-name defense decided to try to try to make some stops.
They set the edge. That was it. They were setting the edge. Nobody's playing hero ball. And I said, we're going to have a problem soon. They set the edge. That was it. They were setting the edge. Everybody was in their gaps, maintaining the gaps, and nobody was trying to rush the pass in sacks. Lawson played really good. We got to give it up. Lawson played good. We played good. So I'm saying to myself, okay, Law, okay, Parsons, y'all seen what's going on? They have to learn. Sometimes you can be the greatest, but that doesn't mean you can't learn from somebody that's under you. They have to learn. Stay in your gaps.
It's called fundamentals. Regardless of how great an athlete is, Nikki, you on mute.
Yeah, I know. I was talking to somebody.
Oh, my bad. I mind my business then.
Yeah, the queen is doing her thing. She's doing her queen thing. The queen is doing the queen thing.
I feel like that it doesn't matter how much talent you have. If you don't do the fundamentals when it comes to football or any sport, you're always going to lose. You can tell the difference between a well-coached team because every team has athletes.
Yep.
But you can tell the difference between well-coached teams and teams that, I don't know what they're doing, but you can tell the big difference. I see it every week, on Friday nights and Saturdays. You can see it on Sundays. I mean, look at Brian Flores in Minnesota. He got those boys. He got them boys playing some ball, and half of those guys on that defense, I ain't never heard of them before.
Now you're right. He got to play a fundamental ball.
Yeah,
team ball.
He do. But I think too sometimes. And listen, I'm not taking nothing away from D-Law. I'm not taking nothing away from Parsons because we already know who Parsons is. We know what Parsons brings to the field. We know Parsons have teams game planning totally different for him when he's on the field. But sometimes the younger guys behind you, when these type of things happen, it allows these other younger guys to step up to the plate and show you what they can bring to the table. Because if injuries don't happen or things don't happen, we never get to see these guys. They end up getting traded or they end up getting taken out, they getting pushed off the squad or something. So you never get a chance to see some of their talent and some of their raw talent. And I think a lot of it sometimes could be, a lot of times it could be intimidating when, the main characters is on the show. It could be intimidating. I don't want to overstep, because he's the person, or he's supposed to be the one to shine, or he the one, and Parsons, it's funny, Parsons made that comment week before and said everybody needs to stop trying to play hero ball and just play hero ball. Well, that's exactly what they did. They played hero ball. I mean, not hero ball. They played ball. They didn't play hero ball. Somebody is messed up.
Well, as great as great as I feel like Parsons is, I think that he just does some things he's not fundamentally sound sometimes. Especially just like you said earlier, K Boogie, about setting the edges. Anytime teams can run up under you because they know that you're gonna rush up the field, right, almost every time to the outside shoulder of your defensive end. And the only time you do come inside, if there's a stunt, and they're always waiting on the stunt, then that's a problem.
That's a big problem. That's a big problem.
It's a big problem.
Hey,
it's a big
because
problem.
You see, the last 2 games, to be honest with you, when he's not in the game, no disrespect to Parsons, we love him.
Right.
But the edge has been set, though, against the Giants and the Steelers, though. The previous 2 games where we got ran up on and they murked us, the edge wasn't set. So there's film there. So there's film with these new, young, inexperienced defensive ends and Lawson setting the edge. I know I'm not seeing things. They're setting the edge, and I'm like, wait a minute. What's going on here? Who is Parsons talking about basically playing Superman? Think about that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe he needs to move the linebacker. He's talented.
I mean, we've been said that. We've been said that he needs to probably go back to his regular position. We've been said that. I mean, I understand he wanted to play the defensive end, however, because they get paid more money, and I get it. But he have to, at the same time, you gotta do what's best for the team. You say you hate to lose. You say you're about winning. Sometimes you gotta do what's best for the team. Sometimes you gotta do what's best as a collective agreement for the team. I mean, they play better. Those youngsters play with fire. They play like they came to play. Now, penalties is still a problem. Penalties is still a big problem on this team, and it's not just on one side of the ball. It's on every side of the ball, even special teams. Penalties is a problem with this team, and I don't know why after all these years under as many coaches we are such an undisciplined team.
That's Mike McCarthy, though. Every team that he coaches always been in the top 5 in penalties. That's just Mike McCarthy.
But
that's a problem.
We've been undisciplined since Dave Campo, though. Way back to Dave Campo, we weren't even winning with him. And we still was undisciplined.
Yeah,
Jason Garrett, we was undisciplined. We just been undisciplined.
I get it, but I'm just saying that it just seemed like it's a known theme with Mike McCarthy's coach teams to be basically in the upper echelon and penalties on both sides of the ball.
And that's how it was with Quinn on with his defenses. They were always, not Quinn, Zimmer. Zimmer always had undisciplined defenses. Gary Kelly, that's not breaking news, Gary, because we don't know none of these people.
Yeah, that came out earlier. Seth Williams he's not bad, but he wasn't Mims. We all wanted them to sign Mims, but hey, that's something else.
Yeah, but we wanted Mims 2 years ago.
I don't know. Maybe he fell off. They didn't sign him, so I don't know what happened.
We 2 years ago removed from Mims.
Well, I tell you what, these. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nikki.
Go ahead.
These last 3 games have really told me something. We don't have enough speed. at wide receiver.
I've been saying that so long. I've been saying that. I've been saying
we don't have nobody to take the top off.
We need speed to burn, man. Oh my goodness. I've been saying that we need speed on both sides of the ball, but you can't teach speed. You can't teach speed. And then you can't double CD all the time if you have somebody that can burn.
Yeah, luckily we got Turpin, who has a little speed to him. But
Yeah, we don't
have
nobody to take the top off. We don't have nobody to take the top off. We don't have nobody that the defenses fear. Put it that way. Exactly. Once they double Lamb, there's no one else that they fear. Once they double Lamb, so that's part of the issue. But I don't know. Like, I don't know.
It was supposed to be Cooks. Remember, it was supposed to be Cooks. That's why we got Cooks to spread the field, right? But his knee and I don't know. We need more speed, man. It's just when we play Detroit, you're gonna see Detroit. You're gonna see Detroit.
Oh yeah,
Detroit has some really good speed.
They got some really good speed, and they're running team. She said Kelly said we are leading the division with 53 penalties. Girl, we leading the league with penalties. Not just the division. We leading the league. NFL league. We are leading the league with penalties. The only other team that have the most penalties than us, and we neck and neck with, is Baltimore Ravens. He said Brian Mobley go after Adams. Like, y'all know damn well
I don't want my
but we're not going after no Adams anyway. Y'all know damn well we're not going after Adams.
He's not gonna make a difference anyway, to be honest with you. No.
And then he got hamstring issues right now. So then Raiders want you to take the rest of his on whatever team they trade with. They want them to take the rest of his contract. No, y'all know we ain't doing that.
You know what? He might not be hurt though. He might not be hurt because
he might not
play.
And they don't want him to play.
Just sit down. You hurt. We're gonna say you got hamstring problems, and he probably doesn't.
He probably don't. They're telling him to chill out because if he does,
they don't want him to get hurt.
Yeah. Exactly. We trying to get rid of you. We need premium picks for you, brother.
Raiders is in a turmoil. They bench Minshew. Now they got the other quarterback that's gonna be playing. I don't think he's not. I mean, he's okay, but he's not that much of a tad bit better. So it's probably best that they do just sit Devontae down. Like, there's no sense in risking him to get hurt with two quarterbacks that they're not good, So,
they want Trigger Trey.
Yeah.
They want Trigger Trey.
I just think they gonna for sure be off the map. I just think sometimes as players, sometimes they follow certain things and they follow money and they do this and they do that, but it's not actually another better choice for them. Now granted, he had no idea that they were gonna turn around and get rid of Carr because he made the deal to go to the Raiders because of the relationship that him and Carr had. And I do understand that, but sometimes you just have to be like, whatever. Devontae should have kept his ass in Green Bay. He should have kept his butt in Green Bay. Period. He should have stayed over there in Green Bay. But see, he didn't think he didn't think Jordan Love was gonna be the quarterback that he is. So once he felt going to play with Carr, because he was more familiar with Carr, would be a better decision. But he should have stayed his butt right on over there in Green Bay. That's what he should have did. Or whatever. But I don't know. And he can go to the Jets. He can go to the Jets and meet Aaron. But at the end of the day, Aaron ain't looking that good neither. He didn't got that man fired. He ain't got another coach fired.
He might go to the Saints though. They said the Saints want him more than the Jets right now.
Well, that's because Carr is there, but now Carr is gonna be out for a few weeks.
Yeah, for 2 weeks. Yeah,
Carr's gonna be out for 2-3 weeks. Yeah.
Yes.
And but they said that the Jets is still in play for him. The Jets is still in play for him. For Adams. But at the end of the day, I don't know, but that's another topic. That's not even our problem. He said, I would like to see, Joseph say, I would like to see Dak use his legs more. Yeah, we are. I say it sometimes. Like, I think small things, I be like, okay, Dak, you could run and get those 3 yards, or, Dak at least get 5 of those 10 yards that we need sometimes. Quit holding the ball so long. Stop standing back there, because you know that you don't have you have a shaky O-line. So you got to improvise. You can't just stand back there and hold the ball. Throw the ball away. Get rid of the ball. Or run in, try to get 2-3 yards out of it. I think sometimes I would like to see him use his legs, but then the way that these linemen coming in, once you establish yourself as a runner, you don't want to risk him getting hurt neither.
I think the way the O-line is playing, I think Dak is a little antsy back there, son. And that's just, my opinion. And also Dak he's getting up there.
He's 30, he's gonna be 31. He's not as elusive as he was when he was actually a rookie, second year, third year. So that's why I'm like hesitant for him to run out the pocket. Only run when it's necessary. That's it. Run when it's necessary. That's it.
I would like for him to be a threat to run. But if we do anything with Dak, I'd like to see more rollouts. Maybe rolling to he can throw to his left as well as he can, not as well as he can throw to his right, but he's pretty good throwing to his left. I would like to see him roll out some more. But let's get into the game. And everything that the Cowboys had to overcome for this win.
Oh man!
First and foremost, we had the delay. And football players are creatures of habit. They're used to a routine. So you had that delay. You had to go back in the locker room. You had to settle yourself down, and then you had to build yourself back up because you didn't know how long it was going to be for the delay and so forth and so on. Then you got to go out to a wet field. It was probably humid up there. And then from that, you're playing in a hostile environment against one of the better defenses in the league. And like I said, I think you said they were ranked 3. I'm not sure what their rankings were.
Top 3, top 5. Yeah, they had a really good defense. Hard to score on them.
So then you already was out. Parsons and D-Law was already out. Then we lost what's his name in the
Carson. Carson was gone. Carson ain't played the cornerback, and then Bland is out, and then we lost Guyton.
And our defensive end,
Nealon.
We lost him. We even lost Martin for a play or two. Right. So we had to overcome and not having the best running game for the first 3 quarters and a half. Yet we still was able, and Dak throwing 2 interceptions and had a fumble. And it's subjective on his first interception, whose fault it was.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You know how I feel about the first interception. So the miscommunication between him and Lamb, they have to stop. They have to get back to the rapport of basically knowing in certain zone defenses, it seems like they have a problem versus zone defenses. The communication, they have to get this fixed.
So, Nikki, what do you think was up with that first interception?
I said it was miscommunication, but that's what happened when you miss camp. That's what happened when you ain't had enough time in camp to whatever. But that wasn't Dak that threw that first interception. That was Rain.
I feel
that second interception was Dak. That fumble was Prescott.
Yeah. I felt like Dak was throwing a comeback or a stop route.
Yep.
And CD was looking for a jump ball at the pylon.
Yep.
Right. That's what he said.
The same thing about that stop route. Yes, indeed.
And that's what it was.
If CD would have ran a stop route,
touchdown
all day long.
Yeah.
Well, again, to be communication, not communicating, not communicating properly. You know, you have to remember also, none of these players, none of them had preseason. None of them had preseason. So for us, like regular season ain't really start for us until Sunday. Our first three games were like preseason games. Trying to figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah, that too. But the thing about it though is you have film study, wide receivers and quarterbacks sit down and they discuss what to do in certain situations though. That's the thing that gets me more than anything else, because it happened against the Ravens. You know, CD cut towards the goalpost. He should have cut towards the back of the corner. It was a touchdown. So there's certain little nuances that I know that they discuss, and somebody must forget in the heat of the battle. I don't know what it is, but they got to get this right, because that could cost us in a very big game. That the miscommunication could cost us. That's why Dak Prescott, I have a feeling, started to throw to the other wide receivers and the tight ends more than CD. Not just the fact that they were rolling covers to his side, but because of the communication. Because he tried to actually go at that a little bit, and that didn't pay him any mind. He said, this is the second time. I'm going to show you, because Tom Brady used to do the same thing. You drop passes, you try to show me up on the sideline, I will not throw the ball to you. And I was feeling that Dak Prescott did that a little bit this time. Say, all right, CD, you're going to calm down a little bit. All this getting loud on the sidelines, I'm not going to throw the ball to you until the fourth quarter. How about that? and to me, as a quarterback, you don't want anybody to show you up. So that's what I have a feeling that did. And it was legitimate. It was legitimate. For me, I mean, they got to get that communication squared away, man, because we need them. We need them.
Well, I feel like that Dak handled it the best way he could on the sidelines by just ignoring CD. And for those, I done seen a bunch of people who speculated on what CD was saying, that he was going off on Dak and this and that. All he said was jump ball.
Jump ball. That's all he said.
Ball.
That's all he was saying.
That's what he said. Jump ball, jump ball, jump ball.
Yeah.
Then he said, I got you, jump ball. I got you.
Yeah.
He said, I got you, jump ball.
Just cut to the cone or the pylon. You had a touchdown because you could body him. That's why the pass was up here. You could have bodied the receiver. Either it's going to be a pass interference call or a touchdown.
That ball should went to the back corner of the end zone.
Oh, see, I knew it.
Either incomplete or touchdown. That ball should went to the back corner end zone. For where we were in this situation, we had 3 points. We had 3 points in the back pocket.
But I kind of disagree with you.
I
think that if CD would have ran a stop route or a comeback route, it was wide open right there in front of the ball.
But we would have been short. We would have been short of the touchdown. You see what I'm saying? Like
it would have been first down.
But at least we would have got 3 out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We would have got 3 going.
At least we would have got 3 out of it. But if y'all remember, that is the same. That exact play is the same play that happened with the interception in the playoff game in San Francisco.
Yeah.
That was that same identical play that happened in San Francisco.
Nikki, you don't know what you're talking about.
You talking about Gallup? When Gallup was running?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding with you, Nikki.
You talking about Gallup? Listen, that's an easy route.
Yeah, talk about the one. Yeah, when Gallup.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. When Gallup was running the same route. Yeah.
Don't do me tonight. Don't do me tonight.
Hey, Nick, pause on that. Don't sound like that. Pause on that. We got some perverts in the audience. You got perverts in the audience. You know how you got a fan base. Pause on that.
They'll be on here.
Well, let me say it where y'all don't understand and let them speculate what I said.
No,
read my lips.
You're not making this no better.
So with that being said, what's up, Vaughn? Vaughn is watching us from our YouTube channel. What do y'all think about DeAndre Hopkins coming to Dallas? We don't think it's gonna happen.
Same. He in the same boat with Mims. Like we wanted Mims. Like I heard niggas say we wanted Mims 2 years ago. We wanted D-Hop 2 years ago too.
I don't. Yeah. Adams, I would love my play cousin, but no, I don't think that's gonna work.
I take you taking Devontae Adams now, but I think they want too much for. We got a number one. Why you gonna give up a second round pick? I think I'm with Jerry on that. That's too much. Now, if you want to send a fifth round to Cleveland for Coop back, I'm with it. You want to do that? Let's do that.
Yeah, hypothetically speaking, we would take him.
Yeah, hypothetically speaking, but
everybody would.
But they want a second round, and they want the team to take the rest of his contract from them.
Yeah, we can't do that.
And they want a player, and they want another player.
And they want a player. And they want another wide receiver.
We ain't that hard of a receiver to do that. So, but if you
like I said earlier, Devontae should have kept his ass in Green Bay.
Yep. Or follow Aaron Rodgers to New York. I think that's what he
could follow. He could follow Aaron, but Aaron got Roberts fired today. He got another coach fired today.
It's too toxic in New York right now, bro. I don't think he wants to be here.
He got another coach fired today. Like that wasn't the coach's fault that he threw 3 interceptions Sunday in London.
One being the pick six. That
wasn't the coach's fault. And the Jets issue is on the offensive side. So you need to be talking to Nathaniel Hackett. Exactly. That's who should have been fired. Because it's not on the defensive side. The defense is what's keeping them in games.
Kept you in the game. You should have been
ran out. The defense was why you had a chance to go down the field and throw and win the game off that. But that's the problem though. They gave Aaron too much power when he went to the Jets. They gave him too much power, made him feel like everything was about him. I don't even think Robert had any say so on nothing.
I don't think he did.
I don't think he had any say so on nothing.
Clearly he did. They ain't let him talk to
you know, the rumor had it that he was going to fire Hackett, and then Aaron Rodgers picked up the phone and called Woody Johnson and told Woody Johnson what was going on. That's the rumor that I heard.
They was talking about it on XM, on NFL XM. They said that's what they said. They said that Hackett was the one in place to be fired. Then they had a conversation with Aaron Rodgers, and that's when they sideswiped and did Robert did him or whatever because Aaron Rodgers and had an issue with him. I say, but the issue not with him. The issue is with Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah. Sean Payton said he was a bum, didn't he?
Yeah, Sean Payton did say he was a bum. So he sure did say that. He said he a bum, but that's crazy. That's just crazy. And I think I thought he was a nice, pretty decent coach. I mean, I take him on our defensive side because he's very defensive mind.
I told y'all I would hire him as a consultant.
I would take him on defensive side quick.
Offenses. We need to figure out the Shanahan offense.
And he come from the Shanahan tree.
I would hire him as a consultant so we can actually beat the Shanahan offense. You know what I'm saying? So I would do that. But hey,
right now he looking like Shanahan gonna be on his way out too.
Mm-hmm. I think Shanahan about himself one bad year though. You know what I'm saying? Like
they got a lot of injuries too.
They got a lot of injuries.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys a question. We just spoke about how that the Jets defense kept the game close enough that Aaron Rodgers could have won the game. Mm-hmm. Our defense did the same thing when Dak had those 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
The only difference between those 2 games was that Dak pulled it off, Aaron didn't. Yes, they're saying that Aaron is playing bad, but they're still giving him a pass because they're saying this is still Aaron Rodgers. Have you not noticed that?
The only one that's giving him
I
a pass,
posted about it.
Dan Orlovsky's giving him a pass. He said that he
I
cannot
posted
get
about
on the air and criticize a Hall of Fame quarterback. Exactly what Dan Orlovsky said. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. But you go at Dak Prescott every day.
Yeah.
But you won't go at Aaron Rodgers.
For Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp to come and say they thought that Dak had a hell of a game because he overcame
Yes, he did.
all the issues of the game, and he showed them that game that he was worthy of the recognition of pulling it off for the Cowboys. And then Dan Orlovsky came back with that bullshit comment that he made.
Right. I was just like, Dan, like nobody listening to you, dude. Like you forgot what you did in Detroit?
Man.
Like, dude,
you got scared and ran out the back of that zone, dude. And you got here critiquing quarterbacks.
That's the last thing you known for.
He ain't Trent Dilfer. Why they got him on there? He's not Trent Dilfer.
Yeah, you the dude that ran out the back of that zone. That's what we know. That's how we know you. You got scared and ran out the back of that zone.
The only stat that I know from him is him running out the back of the end zone.
And 0-16. And he was a quarterback for 0-16 Detroit Lions too. Put that out there.
Wow.
Put that out there, Dan Orlovsky.
That's just as bad. That's just as bad as Jalen Rose calling out Skip saying, "Didn't you average 1 point? Was it 0.7 points a game?"
Called it boy water pistol Pete. Boy, Skip
that was funny. Though. Sometimes you gotta give it to him back though. Sometimes you have to.
And oh my God, did you see Skip's whatever he did? Was it Twitter? His little post trying to talk bad about Dak, probably about the halftime, talking about this is the Dak I know and this and that and other, with his Cowboys jersey on the hat. Skip need to sit his old ass down somewhere. Don't nobody watch him no more. Yes. Don't nobody watch him. Ain't nobody thinking about him. Your days is over with, Skip.
Yeah, he just screwed himself, man. He had
done.
Gold, man.
He trash can Skip now.
Yeah,
he trash can Skip. Gold, nobody care about Skip.
I had to do right by Shannon, man. Them boys would have been sick.
Look, CBS Sports Plus don't even want him.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? You know the
Tubi don't even want him. Tubi Sports don't even want him. You know what I'm saying?
Not Tubi Sports.
Yes, Tubi Sports. They don't even want him. You better get out of here.
So Vaughn put up here an interesting comment. Is this the week that we should bring up Dalvin Cook?
I would hope so, but I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna bring him up.
I think they're holding on to Zeke, man. I really do.
Zeke is washed.
Yeah,
Zeke is washed. I love Zeke, but he's washed.
It's about that time for Zeke, man.
He looks like he's running in quicksand.
They're gonna have to make a choice though, because you ain't sitting Rico Dallas down. That ain't happening.
You can't.
So it got to be Zeke. You bring Cook up, Zeke got to come on, sit down.
Right? Well, they need to hurry up because
they need to hurry up.
Yeah, there's some running backs. There's some running backs in this league that are they're starting to get hurt.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So we need to bring him on up. Somebody to pluck him, man, for real.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you a question. On Dak's first fumble, a lot of people were saying he should have thrown the ball away, but a lot of these referees are throwing flags for them, basically like grounding the ball, even though receivers could be in the end zone or whatever. So what can a quarterback like that do in that situation that our fan base thinks he was holding the ball too long? I don't think he was. He was getting pressure from both sides.
Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna put two names in front of you: Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. What did those two guys do when defensive players got close to him?
They throw the ball away,
or they fell down.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But I think they was coming too quick for him to fall down. No, they was coming. They were both coming at the same time. No, that's the thing.
Hold on.
They met that day, Prescott.
They met him.
Yeah.
You said a key point. The defensive line did what?
They were coming at him at both sides.
And how fast was they getting there?
They was coming lightning quick. They were coming at warp speed. So I'm saying to myself, so what can he do in that situation? Just fall down? He tried and they stripped him.
Like
they
nothing.
him.
In that case, I'm gonna
the
be
line
honest
broke down quick.
Yeah, like Pittsburgh. We were playing in Pittsburgh at home.
Pittsburgh.
Okay. Pittsburgh.
Who has
Pittsburgh,
they got a top 3 front 7 in the league.
They gonna make plays. Like that front 7 gonna make plays.
They got there quick, lightning speed. Though, and I'm saying to myself, where was he gonna throw the ball? I'm asking everybody. So where's he gonna throw the ball? These referees are throwing flags for intentional grounding like crazy this year. So where's he gonna do?
They just made a play. Like Pittsburgh just made a play, dude. Like
sometimes you gotta give the defense credit.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta give the defense credit. Pittsburgh made a play.
So guess which team has the highest salary cap on defense?
Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh spends the most money on a salary cap on defense than anybody in the NFL.
And it showed in every game that they played this year.
They spend money on the defensive side of the ball.
You're right about that.
They good.
Like what people don't understand is that those guys get paid too. Those guys got egos too. Those guys go to practice too. Even though it was semi-pro and minor league football, when I went from offense to defense, I had more fun. I had more fun on defense and more confident on defense than I was on offense. Because defense, you're just reacting. Offense, you got to have a scheme to beat. Yeah, you have to have a scheme to beat a defense. Defense, you got one or two choices. If they do this, I do this. That's all you got to do on defense.
And I like to talk smack. Defensive players talk smack too, boy. Offensive players get mad. You talk smack. You ain't catching nothing on me today, Playboy. You better go ahead and get some Bengay, do something else. You better go to the other side of the field. You're not catching anything today. I'm just saying, playing in a lot of 7-on-7 leagues and whatever, we talk smack. Like, you're not catching nothing today, Playboy. You better do something else. You better go over there with your baby mama, son, because you ain't getting nothing over here, son. But I'm just saying, just defense is a different mentality than offense. You just talk a lot. Just talk a lot.
You know who, besides Overshown, who really surprised me, and the D-line. I think the D-line did a phenomenal job on Sunday, collectively as a group. But do you know who showed me something on Sunday, and I wish that they would play like this every Sunday or every game? Jordan Lewis.
Yeah. He played physical. He was out there playing real physical against Pittsburgh. I saw that too.
He was.
Jordan was playing physical. He was out there though, throwing that little wide receiver around. And Pickens going at it.
Jordan let that Detroit come out of him.
Hey, but George Slick locked Pickens down though.
Yeah, he pulled his.
I said they took Diggs out. They put J. Lou on. They told Trey, go chill out, Trey. J. Lou got him. Like
then shut him down.
Shut him down.
Trey played good though.
Yeah.
Nobody caught any balls on Trey. I saw that. I said, what?
They really don't have no receivers like that though. Trey.
Yeah, but still though, nobody.
They put Trey was gonna disappear.
Pickens tried a couple times, no catches on Trey. None. Yeah. 0.
You gotta run routes on Trey, man.
Double routes.
You gotta be able to run routes. Yeah.
Double moves on him.
Trey be in your hip pocket, dude. You ain't getting nothing. You're not getting nothing over there.
So that's why, getting back to what you said before, Fox, that's why people need to give Dak Prescott more credit because he overcame his own obstacles and adversity to actually win us the game. He did. 3 turnovers.
He did. He did.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, hey, $60 million, that's all good, but look at what he did.
Yeah. They said that when they went to halftime and in the locker room that gave the halftime speech and he told them Don't fold on him. He know he made the mistakes that he made, and he putting it all on him. But he finna go out here in the second half and put the team on his back. All he need them to do is do their job, and he got the rest.
Well, that's what he
Whoa, for
said. He sure did
real?
it. If that's what he said, and that's
He
what he
sure
did.
did it. He sure did. Because in the end, it was Dak Prescott that won that game, that recovering that fumble and throwing that fourth down pass. That was Dak. Like, if those two things don't happen, we lose. We
So
lose.
the last two drives, 16 plays, 90 yards,
Yeah.
8 minutes off the clock. The last drive, 15 plays, 70 yards, 4.5 minutes. That's some those we usually lose those games.
Yes, we do.
Yep,
We
exactly.
do.
And you're
The
doing it
talent
in
changing.
and you're doing it in Pittsburgh. And I don't care what nobody said. I don't care how down they say the Steelers are. The Steelers play in the AFC East.
The North.
No, AFC North. Sorry.
Yes, you know. Yeah.
They play in a division where those boys ball.
Physical too. They physical over there, boy.
Cincinnati defense that took a turn to the worst, but them other three defenses up there, I think that Cleveland defense have just they pissed off at the offense.
Yeah.
So I think their last game they just gave up. But before then, you got to think about it. Pittsburgh, Cleveland,
and the Ravens.
And the Ravens, they've always had tough defenses. So if we don't give, and I don't want nobody to come in here and think that we are not criticizing Dak for his interceptions. But to overcome what he did, how many teams do you know in the NFL has 3 turnovers? Well, possibly 4 turnovers and win a game. Pittsburgh had 0. They have 0?
0 turnovers. They fumbled the ball, but Fields recovered it in the backfield, which I can't understand how he got that back. But
Carl Lawson clearly recovered.
He did.
But that's me.
I know. I saw that too.
I said it's a clear recovery. Justin Fields is touching him while he got the ball cuffed. He down by contact. Like, what are we doing? Right, but whatever. Like, I'm like, why are we even challenging this? You know what I'm saying? But
he pissed me off with that. And then you turn around and don't challenge the one you should have challenged, which was a first down.
I was talking about Jalen Brooks.
Yeah,
that was first down. Yep, that was first down. Hey, can I ask y'all this? Is it me or is Michael Parsons playing out of position in Zim's defense?
We just talked about that.
Yeah. You just missed that conversation, bro.
Yeah, because I heard somebody say it looked like the edge was set a little firmer against Pitt. That's because Zim like the bigger D line. You know what I'm saying? They can set that edge like that.
The last 2 games we talked about.
Yeah.
Michael
the last 2 games. Don't go back to linebacker. Yeah.
Think about every team that has ran against us this year. Who do they run up under? Because Parsons goes upfield, he tries to power rush these left tackles. So when Parsons is on that left side, and think about all the yards that we've given, most of the yards we've given up it up on the left side of that line. When Parsons is lined up on the left side, he goes up. We don't even stunt when he's on that right, when he's the right defensive end. They just run up under it. So we've been talking about that for 2 weeks now.
Parsons, don't forget, Parsons only weighs like 242 pounds. The average defensive end weighs 255, 270. He's already light already.
Zim like the guys up in the 270, right? That's why he got Nealon. Nealon 270 hours. So Nealon was ready to play. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, so Michael is a linebacker in Zim's defense. But the thing is, he can be just as impactful at linebacker. Because he got the athleticism. You know what I'm saying? So just move the linebacker and let him break the game that way. Because he can do it at linebacker as well.
Him and Overstone.
Oh my God.
Or we gotta go. Or we got to go to a 3. If he wants to play in, we got to go to a 3-4.
Yes, but you can do that. Throw some 3-4 sub packages.
You can do that, and
You know
that's
what I'm
why I
saying?
said bring
Yeah.
Salah in too. If you're gonna go to a 3-4, you can bring Salah in. But because Zim had to run a 3-4 on the Parcells anyway, remember that when Bill Parcells came in, Zim was the coach. He had to run a 3-4. He had to run a 3-4 because Parcells like, nah, we running a 3-4. So Zim had to learn the concepts of a 3-4. So if he wanted to do that, he could do it.
He probably, and Parcells one of the best at it too, man, with that 3-4.
So y'all make a good point there. Switch to a 3-4 or a hybrid 3-4. Do something different.
Yeah, we just had to get away from that 4-2-5.
I know.
We had to get away from that.
Man, it was great in pass defense though, but
wonderful.
Yeah, but when you want to run it, nah, bro.
Nah, it wasn't physical enough anyway. But to be honest with you, Buffalo runs that same defensive formation and scheme. They run that. But Buffalo has 2 real big defensive tackles. That's why they're successful. They run that. I say, Buffalo runs that 4-2-5 defense, but they're able to stop the run. That's crazy.
Well, my biggest thing right now is that this win on Sunday.
On Monday.
What?
It was 1 o'clock Monday morning.
Yeah.
Sunday and Monday. That's crazy.
That was a team win. That wasn't just a Dak win. That wasn't a defense win. It was a team win. That's what you call complimentary football.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
Besides that, besides the block punt, field goal that we had, the defense came out and shut them down. One of the interceptions, the defense held them to a field goal. So that's what you call complimentary football. You can't always win games 35-17 and things like that. There's going to be games where it's going to be a 20-17, a 13-10, and this and another. The NFL is turning to hard, football game, running the ball, physical football game. It ain't all that passing that it was a couple of years ago. And I don't know if everybody has noticed that.
Yeah, I did.
The teams are running.
The running
a lot
game is back, baby. That's why we got to get Cooks on the field. We got to get Cooks on the field. Got to be more physical.
I wish we would have got a young kid out of college.
Yeah, but I don't know that kid out of Boise State coming now. So
it's not even that. Ohio State has 2 good quality running backs. Two of them.
They do.
2 of them. Alabama got 1 too, but them Ohio State got 2 of them running. Michigan has 2 as well.
I ain't seen Michigan this year. I hadn't seen Michigan.
Michigan has 2 good ones too. Edwards scored 2 touchdowns in the national championship game last year for Michigan. Yeah. He's coming out. So there's some backs. Just the fact that let's see. It depends on where we fall in the draft process.
We better get a running back though. They devalue and run.
We should.
We can get it back in a second. Easy.
But we need to. But
you can get it back in a third.
You probably
and a 4th round too.
Third. So.
Maybe we can even trade for Miles Sanders. I don't know. We need to do something.
Nah, I'm not trading for no Miles Sanders.
You not?
Nah.
We can't.
Good. I mean, you got Dalvin Cook, man. Yeah.
I wanted James Conner. too, but now the Cardinals are winning now. The Cardinals are winning, so I don't think that's possible.
Did James Conner just take that game from San Francisco, son?
Yes, he did. He always does.
Took that game from. I said, ooh.
But we have to do something because that Prescott plays better when we have a balanced attack. Just like in the 4th quarter, we was balanced.
That
Prescott tore him up.
Yeah, that's in the QB. You got if you serious about winning anything, you got to give your QB a run game. Like you got to.
You know who I would go after? The kid, the backup for the Falcons.
Algier.
Algier.
Yeah.
Y'all think Atlanta would do that though? Because him and the other cat, Bijan, they go like left and right, like 2 pair of feet, 2 pair of shoes. They're good together.
But Algier, he's physical. He still got some speed to him. He's
now
a veteran.
Yeah. He can be a lead back somewhere.
Yeah, I would personally, I would go after him.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not the GM, so
the Jets have 3 running backs too. The Jets have 3 running backs.
they ain't getting rid of them first 2.
Nah, not the first 2. I know.
I
But
can
the kid
tell you
from
that right
Pittsburgh,
now.
That kid from Pittsburgh is elusive too. He's not
Yeah,
playing
he
right
is.
now. So
So
I don't know.
Yeah, they
It
definitely not
depends
getting
on
rid of them.
Jerry.
They're not getting rid of them first 2 though.
Nah. It depends on what Jerry. It depends on what Jerry wants to do. Everything depends on Jerry. That's the thing. He's the GM and owner.
Well,
It depends on him.
Jerry said he feel like this roster is good enough anyway. So
Yeah, okay. That's what he thinks. Wait till we play. When we play Detroit on Sunday, you're gonna see how fast they are, right? And I'm gonna be salivating like we need that. That's what we need. Just like we talked about, Fox. We need more speed at wide receiver. They have it. They have speed.
So let me. So I think we got some speed in Turpin. Mike just not using Turpin right. Cause I like what I saw in the Pittsburgh game, couple screens. You got to get Turpin the ball in the open field, dude.
But the only thing is though, he's light, man. He's light though. You hit that boy one time, good one time, boy.
Man, but he good for a good 2-3 screen pay. You set them blocks up, let him go and get out of bounds. Dude, Turpin can do. He can do some. I'm running Turpin on drag routes.
I like 40 ounce. I like 40 ounce on the screen passes though.
Yeah,
40 ounce is good.
Hunter he came along because I'm still mad at Hunter about the Miami game, but
No, you gotta be mad at Pollard. Pollard didn't go to the corner. He didn't go to the pylon. He cut back like I don't know why. That's not 40
That's like I'm still mad at DeMarco Murray about that Green Bay playoff game.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Lord.
He was gonna run through the bus, dude. He was gone.
Well, wait a minute.
I'm still mad at him about that.
Well, I'm still mad at Flozell Adams for smacking Strahan in the face when Jason Witten got a 20-yard first down against the Giants in 2007. I'm still having nightmares. Shit. Yo. Oh, Lord. I don't want to talk about that game. I'm going to have a relapse. I can't. Let's go ahead, Fox, and everybody move on.
I'm still mad at Miles Austin about the NCF championship game with the Giants. I mean, with the game with the Giants, the divisional game with the Giants. I'm still mad at Miles Austin.
That's what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. Patrick Creighton not sprinting to the end zone for a touchdown. Oh, Lord. Missing the slant pass, wide open green passes. Oh, Lord, I'm having a flashback. I need something to drink.
You can tell real Cowboy fans because we all got them 5 or 6 one plays out of a whole game that we mad about.
It just stick with you.
it sticks with you, just like some bad whatever.
Patrick Creighton ass too.
Yeah, ooh, that 2007 game just like still sticks with me. That hurt. Out of every
game, Patrick Creighton. Oh my God, Patrick Creighton would have ran to the bus too.
Game,
he dropped that ball so many
dropping
times.
a touchdown pass though against Pittsburgh.
That was one.
But Patrick Creighton, oh my goodness gracious, had T.O. crying. That's my quarterback. That's my quarterback. Oh my God.
Nah, Jackie Smith dropped number 6 though, K Boogie.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. He dropped number 6.
Yeah, but that Patrick Creighton was open on that slant, nothing but green pastures. He could have been still running. All right,
so let's get into this week's game against Detroit.
Well,
Detroit's coming off. Yeah, Detroit's coming off a bye.
Mm-hmm.
You know they're gonna be pissed off that they thought they should have won the game here last year.
Yep.
With the eligible in there with them trying to be slick.
Yeah.
So any Detroit fans out here, yes, I'm still saying it. Y'all trying to be slick and it backfired on you. But they did improve their roster. They still got the same coach. And they got two good running backs. And they got a decent wide receiver core.
Yeah.
Tight end, don't forget about
and a nice tight end, yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, St. Brown the business, man.
So we got our hands full this weekend.
Yeah.
So what do we need to do to control this game?
They got all that, but their quarterback still scary. And he'll fold like a luncheon.
like he did last year too. We had him. We had him dead to rights.
He'll
last
fold
year.
like a lawn
We
chair.
did.
Now,
We had him
can't
dead
press
to
him.
rights.
He'll carve you up. But if we can put hands on him, he'll fold like a lawn chair. That's what we got to. That's our only hope. If you ask me, that's what we got to do.
But then we got to stop Hutchinson too, the sack master. We got to stop him. He's a wrecking crew by himself.
Turn still.
Lord. That's what I'm saying. Why not move Guyton to right tackle?
Man, somebody need to go over there. Turnstile is a turnstile. He can't block nothing, man. Yeah, it seems like every time somebody got beat up from the Pittsburgh game, it was him. Inside, outside. I'm like, dude, you can't stop nothing. You can't stop inside moves. You can't stop nothing.
But Foxy, I would say run the ball and control the clock, but I don't know if we can sustain a running game versus Detroit. Not unless we go to basically no more zone scheme running, just power running. That's it.
So what do y'all think about this? Move Tyler Smith back to left tackle, move Guyton to left guard.
I mean, right tackle, yeah, I said that. Move him. I think that's probably the best. Because TJ Bass was out there balling too. TJ Bass was out there mauling cats.
Talking about we said move Guyton to right tackle?
Yeah, because he's a right tackle.
No, I'm saying move him to left guard with Tyler Smith.
So let him and Tyler flip.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh no, I think Guyton too big to play inside. They're gonna get out. They're gonna get up on them pads too easy. They're gonna be dragging him in the backfield.
But look how bad look how bad those right defensive ends was getting around him on that left side.
Yeah.
We got to do something with left tackle. We got to.
Yeah.
Because Guyton is just not that guy right now. Maybe
he's not strong enough.
Yeah. And not experienced enough.
So what you think about the same Richards?
He's not strong enough either, though. I don't think he's strong enough either. Or else he'd be playing right now if he was. Why don't we just try Guyton at right tackle, though? Because, Teron Smith, he played right tackle before. You know
still play guard before, didn't he, for us?
I don't think he has. But TJ Bass is a strong guard, though. Bass is a strong guard.
Bass look good. Bass look good. I don't know. I'm on no Tyler Guyton at right tackle. See if he, because it'll get it. He had to flip his technique, but we gonna have the blocker be,
But didn't he play right tackle in college?
Yeah, he did. He played right tackle because his quarterback was left-handed.
Was left-handed. So that's where he need to. So that's where he need to go anyway, then, right?
Yeah, he played right tackle. Yeah, he played that in Oklahoma. He played right tackle.
So that's where we need to go then. Yeah. I mean, because Bass did look good, though. Smith and Bass did look good over there.
Yeah, and BB. They all look good together on that side. BB was doing his thing.
Yeah, BB been with it, though. Yeah, he been.
BB for a rookie boy.
You know what I'm saying?
No, BB's a thug.
Yeah, for real. BB out there he be walking cats out the club.
He like that. He might have to help out Zach Martin a little bit because Zach Martin getting long in the tooth, and sometimes Zach Martin gets beat. So he might have to look over to the right side and be like, hold on, let me help him out.
Yeah, we already talked about that early in the show, that we are not a disciplined team.
But that's Mike McCarthy, though. Mike McCarthy has never been a disciplinarian when it comes down to penalties. Teams have always been in the top echelon of penalties under Mike McCarthy. Green Bay, the Cowboys. I don't know if he cares about penalties, to be honest with you. He always says it, but I don't see any action. I don't see him pulling anybody out of the game. I don't see him talking about it.
Hell, I've never seen McCarthy seemingly raise his voice on the sideline. The most aggressive I've seen him do is fold up his playbook, fold up his play card.
He might get it to reps here and there. That's it.
I'm talking about to the players.
Oh no, I don't think he believes in that. I don't think.
And then when he does go off on the refs, it's at the wrong damn time. My God.
Just all out of tune.
Yeah. Man, my goodness. But yeah, I think this is gonna be it's gonna be a hard fought game. But we got to keep up with Washington. I don't know what's going on with Washington, but we got to keep up with them.
But it's easy though for them. They have a last place schedule though. They have a last place schedule. You know what I'm saying? And we can't overlook that because in the second half of the season, that's when their schedule gets tougher. Right now, let them live, let them breathe a little bit. They're excited, but the second half of the year is when their schedule gets a little tougher.
Man, think about teams like Cincinnati that had a last place schedule before Burrow got there. He took them to the Super Bowl. It's about momentum. If you got it, look at Minnesota this year. Who would have thought that Sam Darnold would have them at 5-0?
Yeah,
coaching too. They got a good coach.
Yeah,
I'm just
first year coach.
Like Brian Flores dialing it up on the defensive side too now. So
yeah, but they got a good head coach too.
Yeah, but that defense is you know what I'm saying, for real. Ask Aaron Rodgers. that defense, like Flores dialing it up.
Ask Purdy.
Purdy can tell you too.
Danny Dimes too.
Yeah.
But let's see. Before we crown Washington, whatever I understand about the momentum, just let's let this play out first. Because they really haven't played anybody really too tough yet. I'm just saying to everybody, especially my cousins out there who love the Redskins and DC and whatever, just let this play out. And my friends too, just let it play out. I'm not gonna say anything, let it play out.
Oh, I'm not doubting that eventually the party's gonna end, for them. I'm not doubting that. But at the same time, we don't want to squander any unnecessary games to put them in a position to, just like a couple of years ago, we went 12-5. We lost to Jacksonville, and we lost another game early in the season that we should have won. And Philadelphia ended up winning the division. We don't want to put ourselves in that position. I still think that, we're going to lose 6 games. But I also think that we still got a chance to win this division because Philly is not what they think they are right now. The Giants got a little momentum. I was shocked that they went to Seattle and won that game, but if they should have had a penalty for leaping.
I couldn't understand that. I thought you couldn't do that anyway. I thought you couldn't leap over the center.
Well, you can't do that. But their D tackle pulled the center down.
Really?
So he pulled the center to his gap, and then one D tackle pulled the center toward his gap, and then the linebacker jumped over that gap. So in essence, he didn't touch the center.
Okay.
But there should have been a hold on the defense.
Should have been a holding.
So that little crease, he just jumped over the crease and not the center. Okay.
Yeah.
They got away with it.
Yeah, they got away with it.
Yeah, it was slick.
It was slick. I couldn't believe he blocked it. I said, "Oh my God, he blocked that!" I was looking for the flag. I said, "Where's the flag?" I thought that was illegal. There was no flag.
Yeah. Hey, so let me ask y'all this. So I know we was talking about like discipline earlier and how we undisciplined. So who was the last head coach that was feared? You know what I'm saying? Who's the last head coach that we had that was feared, that the players were scared of?
Bill Parcells.
Bill Parcells.
Bill Parcells was the only one. That was it.
Yeah. And before that, Jimmy Johnson.
Before that was Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
And before that was Tom Landry. Tom Landry was a bugbear.
Yeah.
People thought that he walked across that. He walked across that field with that suit coat and that hat. They said he was disciplinary. He was a very disciplined guy. So Bill Parcells, in my opinion.
Bill Parcells wasn't playing that.
He wasn't playing that. So again, I made a prediction before the season that the problem in Dallas would He'll be a bright light shine on the problem in Dallas, and everything is leading to Jerry Jones, right? Like everything.
But everything leads to Jerry Jones, though.
He the problem.
He the mumble rapper of the year. I told y'all he the mumble rapper.
He the problem.
He got both sides of his mouth.
You need to get out the way, man. Let go get a football guy here to run the organization. You just sit back and collect checks.
I was listening to watching a clip of Ocho today with him and Shannon, and Ocho said, the Cowboys won. He said, but one thing that I need to see, he said, and he wouldn't even mention Jerry's name. He said, I didn't see him much after that Pittsburgh win. He said, I didn't see, and he wouldn't mention his name. He said, and I don't want to see him up until the next game. He said, just let the Cowboys do what they're supposed to do, and they might keep winning. Mm-hmm. But he said the minute that Jerry comes on there and gets to talking about his roster, talking about his players, this, that, and the other, he said all it does is hype the other teams up. So, Jerry's the problem.
Yeah,
I'll say.
He loves that microphone. He loves that microphone.
He loves that microphone.
He love it.
He love it.
I told y'all he's the modern day Don King. He just loves to ramble on and talk. That's just him. He said that basically, hey, I'm not bringing in another GM. I'm too hands-on for that. So we stuck.
Yeah, that dude, man. Like,
we stuck.
I'm tell you the story that really changed my outlook. So I went to the Minnesota game in Dallas, right? Well, Jason Garrett still coaching. We blew the game. Dak probably had the game of his life.
That was on Sunday night, right? That was Sunday night game, right?
Yeah. Dak had the game.
Like,
dude, I'm sitting there, like, I'm in the stadium. I'm watching Dak. Like, the way Dak was dissecting that defense, dude, him and Coop was killing these cats. And we get to the end of the game and you want to go through Zeke and Dak is unconscious, right? So I'm like, I'm pissed. So I'm leaving out the stadium, right? You know, he had the bands and everything out there. I'm like, man, I can't believe we got this game. I'm looking around the Minnesota fans having a ball, just partying, right? So I'm like, so if you own this, did you really lose tonight? You ain't getting our money. We made it. But then the Minnesota Viking fans, they stayed around and had a grand old time and probably spent a lot of money in the process.
The Giants fans did that too. The first game we played against the Giants in AT&T Stadium, and the Giants fans. Some of my friends went. Some of my friends went. They said, "Yo, we was partying all night." I said, "For real? That's what y'all doing?" So I mean, Jerry cares about money.
Think about it. Just think about it. You got a stadium that seats a little bit over 80,000 people, and then you got sell standing room tickets that to get another 20,000 in there. You're making your money regardless, and standing room tickets ain't $25 no more.
How much are they?
Look up standing room tickets. Hell, I'll look them up for you real quick. Yeah, they ain't $25 no more.
What are they? $75 now?
They up there, depending on the game. They up there.
So don't go on Thanksgiving then.
Yeah.
Don't go to Thanksgiving. You gonna $100 for a game. Wow, to stand up, watch the Jumbotron and party. Wow.
If I do that, it's gonna have to be a game. I know we about to blow somebody out because I don't
think there's any blowouts on the schedule though. That's the thing. We have a second place schedule because we were the second seed last year. Second seed schedule. So it's gonna be hard. Every game is gonna be tough for us. There's no gimmies on that schedule. None.
Yeah, I think it loosened up though down that back stretch. I looked at it. I think them first eight or nine a little tough for us, but after that it loosened up. So I think in about a month, dude, we're gonna be hell. We're gonna get some pieces back. Hopefully they figure out that Michael Parsons needs to go back to linebacker. You know what I'm saying? And let Zim just really move him around. That's what I can't figure out. You got a player that can do all of this Why are we lining him up at defensive end when I can blitz him as a linebacker? You see what I'm saying? I can fake blitz him. I can do so much with him. Why am I just limited?
Yeah, he's also too light to be at the end.
So,
and he lost weight this offseason. He said, "I want to be quicker." I'm like, dude, as a defensive end, you losing weight? That didn't make sense to me.
Man, you begging them to run the ball at you.
And if y'all look, when he goes to the sidelines to catch a breather, he's always out of breath. Why? Because there's 330-pound offensive tackles are leaning their bodies on him, and so he needs a breather.
That's
so he's
rough.
tired. So
that's rough, dude.
So that's why I'm like, yo, why don't you just move to linebacker? I understand the contract.
He need to go back to linebacker.
Look tired sometimes. Look real tired. He does.
Yeah.
So that's
I just looked. I just looked up the price of standing room tickets on StubHub for the Detroit game. You get a few of them for $33, but they're as high as $107.
Oh my!
For standing room tickets.
Does that come with a free voucher for a drink?
Let's say it just says standing room, clear view. That's all it says.
Man, that's wild, bro.
That's all it says. Standing room, clear view.
Yo, Nikki, we gonna need a hookup. If we do plan to go one of those, yo, Nikki, we need a hookup. Call Jerry, call somebody there, man. $100 just to stand up and watch a game. Wow.
So what I do now is when I go to Dallas, I go ahead when it's like now there's a couple tickets on there for $33. So I might buy a ticket for $33, a stand-up room ticket for $33. But then I wait till about 2 hours before the game. And for those individuals who can't sell their tickets, those prices keep dropping and dropping and dropping. So about 2 hours before the game, I'll buy me a good seat.
Wow.
That's how I buy my tickets. And I've never not had a decent ticket in Dallas since I've been using that method.
Wait a minute, is it StubHub? Is it StubHub, or you just going to the game?
I go through StubHub, TickPicks. I look at all of them, and I find the cheapest ticket in the 200 section. Because usually they'd be like $300-$400. Once you get close to the game, those tickets drop. Some of them get down to face value.
Wow. That's
so the last game I went to, I can't remember who we were playing. I want to say we were playing the Giants, and I end up getting a ticket in the 200 section for around $150 after I paid the fee. It was like $225 or something like that. But I was sitting in the little curve on the 10-yard line, around the 10-yard line in the 200 section.
Yeah, I don't never buy my ticket until game day, an hour before the game kickoff.
Yeah. That's how you buy it.
I don't never buy my ticket until an hour before a game kickoff. Sometimes 30 minutes before the game kickoff. I walk up to the gate and buy a ticket walking in the gate, and I be in the club section for $120 when that ticket was originally $500.
Yeah, I think Nikki, you told me about that about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yep, I told Sean about that. You don't buy your ticket until the date.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
That's what's up. Cause you got to think once the game kick off, that ticket ain't gonna be worth a squat. So
ain't gonna be worth nothing.
So you gotta take what you can get.
So just like now, like around here, Falcons fans are they're trying to sell their tickets for 2 tickets for $900, 2 tickets for $18. One guy that I know, I'm not gonna mention his name. He told me, I asked him to sell me his 2 tickets. He told me he got his 2 tickets, and they're the 100 section in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Don't get me wrong. There's some very good seats, around the 40, 50-yard line. He told me that he got them listed for $2,600. He would sell them to me for $800 a piece. And I said, well, you might well go and try to get your money from somebody else then. But because the Cowboys are in town, they are people are literally trying to upsell those tickets. So what I just do is I'm like Nikki. I wait till an hour or two before the game, and that's how I buy my tickets.
Yeah,
Man.
that's what I do. I don't know about my ticket. Because they're gonna drop. They gotta sell them. And then you can't buy tickets after halftime. They only sell tickets up until halftime. After halftime, you can't buy tickets. Unless you're getting it from a individual. But the websites, they shut down after halftime.
That's good to know.
Yeah, so yeah. So about an hour before the game, they dirt cheap. They trying to get them off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to
Joe
know.
said he needed to try that. He lived in upstate New York. Yeah, try it. Especially out there in New York.
You ain't gonna not in MetLife Stadium. I don't think they're gonna do that in MetLife Stadium, brother. I don't know about that one, brother. Try it out if you want. Try it if you want to. I don't know. What my cousin Scotty put up there about the last place schedule? That's my cousin. What up, cuz?
Yeah.
He hate he be getting on my Cowboys. Our Cowboys. Ooh, Scotty.
Yeah. So Scott, they teams do play a last place schedule. They'll play the lowest teams in certain divisions.
Exactly.
So that's why we play because we won the division last year. We play the first place teams, second place teams, third place teams, and I think it's against one division in the NFC. I mean in the NFC and the AFC, and then they play and then they play the same team in their same slot in the other divisions of the NFC.
Yeah, because we play the AFC North. We play the Bengals. We play everybody in the AFC North this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the last place schedule comes in handy. Just look at Washington's second half of the year. Just watch.
Yeah. Yeah, we play the Lions. They're not in our and we play San Francisco again. So we already play the NFC East, and we already play the this year we play
the South, the NFC South.
Hey,
NFC South, yeah. So that's how they get the last place schedules. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good game on Sunday. I just hope that Detroit don't come out and try to.
Let me ask you a question.
Try to
run the ball. When can you flex the schedule? Because I looked at certain other teams playing, and they should have flexed the schedule because the Giants playing Cincinnati on Sunday night, right? So I said, why didn't they flex the Cowboys and Detroit game for Sunday night? If the flex can actually be done this time of year right now, because that Giant Cincinnati game, nobody really want to watch that game, or Fox don't want to give up that Dallas game because the Redskins play the Ravens and we play Detroit. So I'm surprised they didn't try to
either one of them can be Sunday night.
So it says Sunday night football. The NFL can flex games up to twice between weeks 5 to 10. And any number of times between weeks 11 and 17. Monday night football, the NFL can flex games between weeks 12 and 17. Thursday night football, the NFL can flex games up to twice between weeks 13 and 17. Sunday afternoon games, the NFL can move games they can move any games between 1, 4, and 4:25. So it looks like this week here, Sunday night game, they can only do it twice between weeks 5 and 10.
You know why? Because I don't think they would let us play 3 Sunday night games in a row. Because we played Detroit, we played the 49ers after that, and that's Sunday night. So they probably said, "Now we can't have the Cowboys play 3 Sunday night games back to back to back." That's probably why. I just thought about that. We played the 49ers on Sunday night.
Well, it really don't matter when we play. We still get the draw. You know, even when we do our 1 o'clock games, I looked at the MAT and the map showed that we had 80% of the country. So, and that was our 1:00 game.
I was just saying that, compared to the Giants and the Cincinnati game, no, they should have flexed either the Redskins or Ravens or the Cowboys or the Detroit. You really gonna stay? You gonna sit up and watch that Giants versus the Bengals all night? All night. Think about it though. I thought football's for entertainment purposes. That's not an entertaining game.
Right. Well, they don't really start flexing until the last couple of games of the schedule, depending on seatings and what team is playing for, what each team is playing for, what team is playing for a playoff spot or a wild card spot, or what team is playing to win the division. Then that's when they start flexing them.
Yeah, I've never really heard. Even though they have the opportunity, I've never really heard of them flexing games up this early in the season.
Some good games though. You got some good games at 4:00 though. That's some good games. Those two games, the Ravens versus the Commanders and the Cowboys and Lions, those are two really, really good games compared to the Giants and Cincinnati Bengals.
But it definitely would be nice for us to go out and beat Detroit this Sunday, because we got to bye the week after that. Then get some guys healthy, and then come back, and then we got San Francisco, Atlanta, Philadelphia, Houston, and Washington, and then the Giants on Thursday night. So, we got an opportunity here to, in the next, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4. We got a chance to really prove what we're about. So,
and all those games are winnable. I don't see any teams right now that you could say, well, the Cowboys can't beat this team. All those games are winnable, if you ask me. There's no real dominant team right now in the NFL that we can't beat. We just beat the Steelers, who have one of the top defenses and who can run the ball. So that showed me right there we can actually play. It's just the fact that we have to see how the matchups are. That's why this game against Detroit is going to be really key, how we slow down their running game. And hopefully our safeties don't get beat deep.
Yeah, we ain't even talked about our safeties.
And that's a problem. That's a problem. It's been a problem.
Yeah, Donovan Wilson, he's a thumper. But I think he's lost a step in coverage, same as Hooker. I think they've lost a step in coverage, but
I'd rather have Wanye at free safety and Bell at strong safety. Because now Bell is relegated to basically playing special teams and being like the gunner on a kickoff return. I don't know if you watched it, but he's the first one down there on kickoff return. So he scored a touchdown. And I'm like, who's 14? I said, oh, that's Bell. He's gone. So I'm saying, why can't we use his speed and agility on defense? I don't know, because I thought Zim likes really big safeties anyway, and it's supposed to be interchangeable. So I don't know.
Well, with that being said, Malik Hooker should have been gone. He's run his course. Wilson needs to go. And Malik Hooker.
Yep, I agree. Malik Hooker is a liability.
Yeah. When he first came to the team, he brought a veteran presence. But yeah.
I think he's a liability. He is a very much liability. So yes, it is time for him to go. I think age have caught up with him, injuries, and everything. And facts are, everybody time winds down. Um, he's always late. Always late to a play. He
All
started
he dropping
reminding me of
interceptions.
Jaden Smith. How Jaden Smith was. He was always late to a play. But
Mm.
but I know it was something else that we didn't discuss was uh so did y'all see where Deshaun Watson settled the other lawsuit?
Yeah,
I
I
saw
saw
that.
that.
Um so do y'all think it has taken a mental toll on him with all of these things? Do y'all think that? Because I don't see the fire in him of wanting to play football anymore. Like he's not inspired to play anymore.
I think he, I think he is like you said. He's mentally. Um, I think he's mentally. It's affecting him.
He's not having fun. I know his offensive line is bad too, but he's just not having fun the way he used to have. And I know that, it's a black cloud hanging over his head every time one of the plaintiffs come out and try to sue him. He has to always go back to what happened. He has to always remember it. So that's a big burden to carry. That's a really big burden to carry on anybody. He has a black cloud over his head right now. He's going to continue to have a black cloud over his head because we don't know how many victims there actually were. We don't know. We don't know because he's not having fun. I watched some of that Raider game. I watched some of that Commander game. I'm like, yo, he doesn't look like he's having fun at all. He doesn't. So I feel bad for him. I really do. But like my mom used to say, well, he put himself in that position. I said, yes, he did, but it's just unfortunate. I don't know what to say. All that money is guaranteed too, so he's not going to walk away from any money, and the Browns can't cut him. I feel bad for the brother. I really do.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just still wonder though how many of the story, how much of it, all of it was true. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll never know that just because he said, you know what, I just need to get this over my head. Let me settle. Let me get them money, get them what they want, so we can get this over with. So we'll never just really know how much of it was really the truth. But yeah, the Browns cut him before June 1st. They have $100 million. Um, they'll have $100 million. Uh, what's the what I'm talking about? I
What a
can't even
cap
think of
hit.
it. Cap hit. If they cut him after June 1st, it's a $80 million cap hit.
That's still too much.
I
That's
mean,
too
but
much.
shit, Denver did it with Russell Wilson.
yeah.
They did it. So, and that brings me to my next question: when do Mike Tomlin decide to play Russell Wilson?
When is their bye? I would play Russell if their bye is sooner than later. I would play him right after the bye. But if they don't have a bye, if basically Phil's don't play well this week, I'm putting Russell in the following week. So it's like he has one more game, if you ask me, to show and prove until Russell comes back. Because don't forget, we like one of the fans said that, hey, if Russ would have played, we'd have lost. I said he probably would have thrown 4 interceptions by now and got sacked 7 times. Because don't forget, he was holding on to the ball, throwing interceptions and whatever too. So we don't know what type of condition Russell's going to be in when he comes back. It could be a lot worse. I don't know. Nobody knows. We won't know until Tomlin puts him in. But Fields
Right.
probably has one more game to prove himself before Russell comes in.
Well, it was said that in the locker room after the game that the players were saying that The change should have been done after halftime because none of the players, they don't have the faith in Justin Fields anymore that they thought they had. They said that he's too inaccurate.
They do. Their passing game is, not the best.
Putrid. But Russell may not be any better though because he holds onto the ball a lot and he throws interceptions. So that's the thing. They're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
At least Fields can use his legs.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out. I guess we'll find out sooner or later. But that's their problem. I'm glad we don't have that problem. Thank God. Thank God we don't. I just don't know what we're gonna do with Trigger Trey. We got to figure out something with Trigger Trey. We have to figure out sooner or later what we're gonna do with Trigger Trey.
Use him as trade bait. Somebody might want him.
Hopefully.
What's up, Crystal? How you doing this evening?
ATL shouting.
Crystal says when he's ready to play, I still feel like Romo should have been given an opportunity to play and let Dak start the following year. I know a lot of people. Yeah, I've been saying that. I felt like when Romo came back, I felt like Romo could have took us. He could have took that 2016 team further, but it is what it is.
But I mean, I get what y'all saying about putting Romo back in, but Romo's body was just like deteriorating on him, and the Cowboys was hot, 13-3.
But all we needed was we didn't need Romo for a season. We needed him to do exactly what Peyton Manning did in Denver that year. Come in and get us over the hump. And I like I said, I'm just going back to I wasn't being a sourpuss, but I remember saying to a bunch of people at our watch party when we played the Packers, I said I wish that they would play Romo.
It's hard though, because it wasn't offense that lost us the game. It was the defense that lost us the game.
It was a defensive play call that lost us the game.
that too? I mean, I don't know.
Because we had just blitzed Aaron Rodgers twice, had him on 3rd and long. Then now on that 3rd and long, we decided to rush 3 and play coverage and gave him all day to pick us apart.
That was Hot Rod. That was Hot Rod who decided to do that. Hot Rod decided to do that.
Yep.
But I don't know. Boy, man, we got you know what? As Cowboy fans, we remember a lot, and a lot of things still stick with us because we're true Cowboy fans.
Yeah.
Wow.
But with that being said, I hope that we do what we got to do on Sunday.
We just got to control the edges. We got to control their speed on offense. We got to control Laporta. I don't know if Overshown. We don't need Overshown to basically spy on Goff either. We need him to actually cover Laporta. So this time we're probably going to see Overshown's coverage skills because he did play safety at Texas as well. So we need to see him guard Laporta because Laporta is a safety valve for Goff. That may be one of the keys to the game, stopping Laporta.
All right, we're gonna see. Well, hopefully they show up like we did like we did like we did on Sunday.
Yeah, but the only thing is we 3-0 on the road and 0-2 at home. That's what we got to change. We got to win some home games now.
Yeah, that's a true statement. Everybody on the team has a star on their helmet, so everybody needs play itself, next man up. That's exactly what we need. Well,
next man up, we gonna find out. Crystal, we gonna find out who's gonna come to play and who's gonna get played on Sunday.
Well, it was enjoyable. You know, we had a good show.
Hey, no picks? Oop. No picks? We got 15 minutes.
I got work to do.
You do? All right, no picks. All right. Get to work.
Yeah, I got some work to do. I gotta pay the bills. So
all right. Be the boss. Pay the calls. Go ahead.
All right then. Well,
yes, all right.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming and watching the show and joining the show. Thank you, everybody who watched us on our YouTube channel. We'll have our TikTok up pretty soon. And we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Good night. God bless. Good night.
Good night.